Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Okay, we are on the third part. I believe most of you have watched the first two parts. If you have not, please watch them. Links in the description. Let's start. Some people really have issues with the Gurtagaddi of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Maybe the reason behind is the order of the Guru, not to follow any other person as a spiritual Guru in the sense Sikhs see the Sikh Gurus. So it creates a boundary that some people want to cross to follow their favorite guy as their Guru. Puneet Sahani isn't the first person who has the issues with the Gurtagaddi. Some people on YouTube have said that Puneet is a Namtari, that is why he rejects it and other things. To be very frank, I really don't care if Puneet is a Namtari. I don't even care if he is not even a Sikh. He raised some dumb arguments on Sikhi and Sikh history, and I am here to debunk them. That's it. Many Sikhs who read Agya Pai Akal Ki Tabi Chalayo Panth Sab Sikhan Ko Hukam Hai Guru Manyo Granth know that this was written in Gyani Gyan Singh's Panth Prakash. When I started writing an article on this, I went back to the scriptures of the 18th century to see where we can find the evidence of Gurtagaddi given to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Gyani Gyan Singh's work isn't the only place where you can find this dohra. We have Bhai Prahlad Singh's Rahatnama, we have Gurbilas Pashahi Dasmi written in 1751, we have Bansavli Nama written in 1769, we have Mema Prakash written in 1776, where it is clearly mentioned the Granth is the Guru. Next is, if Guru Granth Sahib Ji was compiled in 1604, except Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's Bani, why was not the Gurtagaddi given to the Granth after the 5th Guru? This question was raised in 1980s too by some Sangh ideologues. Guru Arjan Dev Ji told Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji to arm the Sikhs, meaning the Guru decided the next Guru. Maybe that is why the Gurtagaddi was not given to the Granth. Bhai Gurdas Ji's war talked about Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji saying there would be 4 more Gurus after him. Maybe that is why. Only the Guru knows why he did what he did. Like this, you can have n number of questions from the 2nd Guru to the 10th Guru that why the earlier Gurus did not do which the next ones did. It won't have any end and would be a waste of time. Instead, one should talk about what is there in history. If you think you have heard enough crap from Puneet, then you are wrong. He said Bhai Prahlad Singh wrote that Granth is Guru, ignoring the other writers that we have discussed, and he wrote that a person who does not read Gurbani before eating will become a worm. And Puneet raised this point many times. I have failed to fathom what is wrong in this. In Sikhi, Gurbani is breathing to us. I may look like a Sikh, but if I don't do my Nitnem or read Gurbani, I can't be called a Sikh. If you specifically don't wake up early in the morning, do your Nitnem, that is your problem. How come this rule becomes bad and can be brought in an argument to reject the Gurtagaddi to Guru Granth Sahib Ji in the Rahatnama? That is preposterous. Then people say the historical scriptures did not mention which Granth is the Guru. Actually, Bhai Koyar Singh clearly mentioned which Granth is the Guru. Guru Arjan Dev Ji gave so much respect to Gurbani that he used to sleep on the floor and Ad Granth would be on the plung. Respect for Gurbani had been there for long before the Gurtagaddi was given to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Granth is the Guru, Guru Granth Sahib Ji, but Gurbani is also our Guru, meaning Guru Gobind Singh's writing. That is why you hear Singhs say, Granth karke Guru Granth Sahib Ji nu Gurtagaddi hai. पर गुरबाणी करके सारे गुरुआं दी बाणी गुरु है, including Bhagats and parts 2. Anyways, there are more sources of Gurtagaddi to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Those who want to stick with Baba Balak Singh and the succession theory should read Guru Gobind Singh's Death at Nanded by Dr. Ganda Singh, after reading which Latane Par Nahi Chalna. Then we have Max Arthur McAuliffe or M.A. McAuliffe or simply McAuliffe. The neo-Hindu groups or those who don't want to believe in the separate and distinct identity of Sikhs don't like the work of Macauliffe because he has put it very straightforward that Sikhs aren't Hindus. So those who love to have the Sikh Gurus and Sikhs under their umbrella blame Macauliffe to drive a wedge between Sikhs and Hindus. These people are so desperate that they even said Macauliffe created the 5K, which we have debunked in the first and second parts of this series. You won't believe, I read it in one of the anti-Sikh articles a few years ago that Macauliffe made Guru Granth Sahib Ji as the last Guru of the Sikhs. I mean, how desperate and foolish these people really are. What they don't realize is that there were earlier authors too who wrote about the distinct identity of Sikhs, including the Persians. Maybe Macauliffe was present at the time of Singh Sabha movement who wrote about the Sikhs, so it is easy to blame him for everything that the anti-Sikh groups don't like. It can be either the rules of Sikhi or philosophy of Sikhi. I mentioned earlier too that Macauliffe did not come up with stories without any source, most of the time. He had said in his book that he was going to use the Sikh sources of history to write the Sikh history. That means the stories he was writing had already been written in the Sikh historical scriptures. And Singh Sabha asked Macauliffe to consult Gurbilas, Suraj Prakash and other scriptures. Yeah, he made mistakes too, but he is still better than most of the 20th century Sikh writers who have written Sikh history in English. I'm going to speak on 2 points related to Macauliffe that Sanghis raised. First, Macauliffe mentioned the 10th Guru said the Sikhs and English will rule together and there will be happiness and religion in every house. What Puneet skipped on purpose is the reference. Macauliffe did give the reference of this story. Since Puneet wanted to belittle the work of Macauliffe as it does not align with the Sangh propaganda, he did not talk about it. So what is the reference? Suraj Prakash. He mentioned it to be Ruth 5 and chapter 36, but I found it to be in 37. We all know Suraj Prakash was edited by Bhai Veer Singh Ji, so there are very good chances that he wrote the footnotes to clear the anti-Gurmat stuff in the scripture. For this part too, Bhai Veer Singh mentioned the Dohra is not there in the other copies and scriptures. If Bhai Veer Singh was such an admirer of Britishers, as our Sanghi folks say, he should have added the Dohra in the main part and should not have called it false. But that is not the case. Trust me, it took me not more than 5 minutes to figure this out. Don't you think Puneet could have done the same rather than using his pea-sized brain to level accusations against Macauliffe or Bhai Veer Singh Ji? Second point is similar one that the 9th Guru prophesied the coming of the Gore and Sikhs helping them. Pyara Singh Padam has written about it. His argument was that the Guru was imprisoned and he would not be roaming on the terrace to look at Aurangzeb's place. By the way, prophecy is discussed by Gyani Gyan Singh too, which seemed to be in the later edition. You can watch this video on the prophecy, link in the description. You may have seen Sanghis using this story to show Macauliffe leaning towards British, so his work cannot be accepted. Lol. Okay. So, Dr. Ganda Singh said the prophecy associated with Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was created around 1857 during the mutiny, but I am yet to get a book close to that year which discussed that. Yeah, I know, I said it the last time too, but I was focusing on the missile period, so did not get the chance to explore this 1857 thing. Anyways, I believe the prophecy was discussed, if not originally said by the Guru, to lure the Sikhs towards British, especially during the Singh Sabha movement, and there are very good reasons behind it. Let me elaborate. There was a report prepared by D. Petrie on Sikh politics in 1912, which was mainly related to the Chief Khalsa Diwan, Tat Khalsa, Khalsa College, a small portion of the Sikh history, and what Sikhs were doing those days. He said there are anti-British thoughts available among the Sikhs in Canada, that the Sikhs are talking about their glory during the times of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, that they should revolt, that the pamphlets written by the Sikhs to encourage the fellow countrymen. So when many Sikhs are voicing against the British rule, they will find something to keep the Sikhs close to them, to have them as friend than enemy, because they had met the Sikhs in the Anglo-Sikh Wars of 1840s. That something was the prophecy. Let me say more for you to ponder upon later. Macauliffe mentioned that a Sikh in Amritsar told him to call upon Maharaja Dalip Singh if there is any issue between British and Kabul. It is in 1880. In 1886, the Maharaja sent a letter that the British is afraid to let him live in the northern part of India. And around the same time, D. Petrie mentioned people were unwilling to give the land revenue to the government and said it would be given to the Maharaja who would be coming home soon. Petrie mentioned the anti-British forces abroad. We had the Gadar movement in the second decade of the 20th century. We had the Gurdwara Sudhar Lehar and later Babbar Akali Lehar. If you look at the time period from 1880s till 1920s, you will find a series of events that can be connected to give a holistic picture how the Sikhs were fighting their religious as well as their political battles to come out as a nation. Petrie also mentioned the Tat Khalsa members can take away the scepter from the hands of the British and establish their rule in Punjab, and that the history of the Sikh religion is the history of the Sikh nation, and that a preacher of the Tat Khalsa said Guru Gobind Singh Ji would come again to fight with the Firangis. Maybe this last line had struck the British so hard that they started their own prophecy to have the Sikhs on their side, and Macauliffe used the same what he heard, and this speech about the coming of Guru Gobind Singh Ji was delivered in 1909, the same year when Macauliffe published his work. And we don't know how many times these sort of sentiments were used by the Tat Khalsa to ignite the thoughts of the Sikh nation among the Sikhs. Last but not least, Petrie mentioned Bhai Veer Singh Ji was disloyal towards British. Bhai Veer Singh Ji and others were on the council of the Khalsa College, which were making the students disloyal towards the government. And these people have a role to play in that. So, according to our Sangi Lana, Bhai Veer Singh Ji was loyal to British. Man. Okay. Now let's talk about flags. From a very long period of time, people have claimed that this flag is of the Sikhs or Sikh kingdom. A claim without solid ground is nothing more than a house of cards. This dude has written a whole article on the flags to claim the Hindu identity of the Sikhs. Their narration goes like this. See this? It is a flag captured by the British after the battle. So that means it is a Sikh flag. See the motifs of suns, animals and Durga Mata, meaning Sikhs are Hindus. Ask a typical Sangi what they can conclude by looking at these flags. They will say Sikhs are Hindus. Ask a student of history the same question and he would say it suggests there were more than one flag during the Sikh kingdom. Yes, true that. What people like Puneet don't talk about is the different flags used in different regiments or divisions of that time. So that you can understand, let me say, these are the flags of Indian forces based on their divisions. I have read it somewhere that Fauj Khas flag during the Sikh Raj was like a French flag. If there is a version of Indian right with Sangi trolls in France, they may say, see, this resembles our flag. So we ruled Punjab at one time. Or better, Sikhs are French. I mean, come on, it is not a big deal if there are deities on the flags. That divisions people might be worshipping them. It was a free country. People were free to follow their gods. And then McLeish showed this from 1984's Journal of the Punjab Past and Present, which, by the way, he did not say where he took the passage from as usual, that the Sikhs had the same flag in 1710 and there is a continuity of 150 years of using that flag. There are a couple of points to that. First, there is nothing green apron about the flag that he assumed the Sikhs had been using since 1710. No Devi sitting on the line. And trust me, no one would have called this image, which is said to be of Hanumanji, a monkey, unless you know what you want it to be. Secondly, it does not say it was taken from the Sikhs, but I can assume as the narration goes in the news. Usually, they mention specifically what is captured during the fight about the guns and other weapons. Thirdly, it was not the flag of Banda Singh Bahadur. To be very frank, the news does not even talk about the presence of Banda Singh Bahadur when the flag was captured. Fourthly, Guru Gobind Singh Ji did not give him this flag when he sent him to Punjab for the war, as Puneet claimed. In fact, Ratan Singh Pangu did not talk about the Nishan Sahib given to Banda Singh Bahadur by the Guru, but Gyani Gyan Singh did mention it. And let me tell you, at one place, Gyani Gyan Singh mentioned its colors to be yellow during the missile period, not red. Fifthly, there were other people too, including Hindus, who came along with the Sikhs to fight with the Mughals. Perhaps this was their flag? Even the same journal has talked about it, which Puneet seems to have willfully overlooked, as he has not read the whole journal but one paragraph. ਉਹੀ ਪਿੱਛੋਂ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੀਆਂ ਲੱਗੀਆਂ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਬੋਲਣ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੇ wannabe historians / pseudo scholars. Okay. If there was any liking towards Mughals by the Sanghis, they would have said that their flag had lion. That means they were followers of Durga Ma. And there was sun too. That means they were descendants of Suryavanshi, or better, believe the Suryavanshis to be their gods. I mean, this is how they interpret history. The same thing is done with the coins. Puneet said this coin of Maharaja Ranjit Singh's time talked about Krishna to be God. There are hundreds of Sikh kingdom coins in the British Museum. Oh wait. But Firangis are bad. Why are we trusting them? Don't we know what McAuliffe did to us? He created Mac Burger. We should not believe their coins. They are frauds, sir. And flags. Their flags are wrong, sir. We should not believe them, sir. Mummy promise, sir. Anyways, according to the pea-sized brains of these folks, the Sikh kingdom was based on the Hindu deities and other things, as it is apparent from the flags. But how many Sikh coins can you find where the Sikhs asked help from Durga Ma, Hanuman, Kartik, Varahima, etc.? Similarly, Puneet showed the Hukamnama of Baba Banda Singh Bahadur, where his intention was to show it was 5 weapons, not 5k, which we have proved wrong anyway. There, he talked about the Khalsa of Akal Purkh. But wait, wasn't Khalsa created with the blessings of Durga Ma at Naina Devi? Now, here is the question. How many Hukamnamas of Guru Gobind Singh Ji or Baba Banda Singh Bahadur can you find where it mentioned Durga Ma or to take her blessings or something like that? How come the Guru created the Khalsa with Durga's help but did not even mention it once in his Hukamnamas? Why don't the Hukamnamas or Guru's Bani start with Ik Chandi Ma, Durga's Prasad? Strange, huh? Anyways, I was talking about Krishna's name on coin. There are 8 coins I found on British Museum's website and in their catalogue, which have the inscription of Akal Dev Ki Namdanji. It should be noted that the coins of Khalsa Raj was of Akal Sahai Guru Nanak Ji, and there are hundreds of coins available for us to inspect. As the right-wing trolls are known for their mistranslation of Gurbani, similarly they did it here. On the website from where Puneet took the pictures of the coin, nowhere it says Krishna is Akal. Secondly, Puneet did not include the English translation in his screenshot as it does not go according to his mistranslation. Website translated it as Immortal Mother of Lord Krishna. It seems like the coin was struck in the name of Devki, not Krishna. Thirdly, as it is not the coin which was used in the exchange in everyday life, they may have released it on a special occasion. Like if you have lived in India, you would know on special occasions some coins are released by the government. We have seen it for Guru Nanak Dev Ji too. If a coin was struck for Devki, let's even say Krishna, there is no big deal. It does not prove anything. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was a secular king. If he sent the money to Gurdwaras, he sent it for non-Sikh places too. Or do you want him to be a despot and hypocrite? Come on. And again, why the coins have the names of Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Guru Gobind Singh Ji for praises, but none for Durga Ma as it is on the flag of the Sikhs. Okay, let's get back to the Hukamnamas once again. Puneet in his one of discussions said that Guru Mata sent a Hukamnama to Jassa Singh. He did not mention if it was Jassa Singh Aluwalia or Jassa Singh Ramgarhia, to collect money for Diwali celebration and opening Gaushala. Gaushala. Okay, it would have been good if he had shown the Hukamnama sent by Guru Mata, as I could not find it. Secondly, Jassa Singh Aluwalia did meet Mata Sundar Kaur, but that was in his childhood, and she could not have asked him to collect money for Diwali at that young age. I vaguely hope Puneet would come back on this with evidence. Now comes my favorite topic of discussion, Gurbani. And yes, we are back on the Devi part, lol. So our Dum says, Shiva means Parvati in Dehe Shiva Bar Mohe Ihe. And for this, he showed another verse where Shiva does mean Parvati. Hence proved Shiva is Parvati. Yeah. I think I have stated numerous times that one word can have more than one meaning. A person who has read even poems knows this, let alone Gurbani. If you know Thet Punjabi, you must know that we use Shiva for pyres too. Shiva balda pya utthe or Shive balde pe utthe. Similarly, we use the same word for without too. Onde Shiva galani banni. And guess what? Paikan Singh Nabha has mentioned these meanings too in Mahan Kosh along with Parvati and Akal Shakti. He isn't the one whose definitions are limited to one person, specifically a deity. Then Puneet brought a hilarious statement that how ours or Sikh's translation is wrong. We translate Pagoti as Saur too along with Vaheguru or his Shakti. So how come Saud is riding a lion in Chandi Diwar? This is such a dumb statement. Nobody has translated it like that. If you are going to mix the meanings of the polysemous words, you will get weird translations. And that is what you did, boy. Look at this challenge that I posted, and it is still valid. Those who translate her word to Vishnu, it is for them. Translate these verses from Chandi Charitar by using Vishnu for her word and see how it turned into a mumbo jumbo. This guy actually came but ran away with his tail between his legs when I asked for a line-by-line translation. All you Sangis who waste their breath and time to comment on my videos should give it a try. Make sure it is a line-by-line translation and consistent with the flow, and every her word's meaning should be Vishnu. Sangis have not understood it so far that one word can have many meanings. Let me show it from their favorite book by their favorite author. Paikan Singh Nabha's Hum Hindu Nahi. Sarcasm, lol. So, the book that they have detested for over a century, if they have thoroughly read this, they would have never brought these lame arguments related to the translations. Paikan Singh Nabha rightly said that the same words were used by the gurus for the deities and Vaheguru, because based on the context, the meanings change. And look how he talked about words like Allah and Jehovah. And look at this Padmapat word. Then this dude came riding his horse to claim Guru Sahib praised Chandi in the verse he provided. And in some other comment, he copied the wrong translation from Mangalacharan to prove himself right. Those who have read Chandi Charitar know that Chand is a Dant, not a deity. It seems like the Guru is praising the Dant, not Durga. So Durga killed Chand. That is why she is known as Chandi or Chandika. I think we all agree on that. But here the Guru did not talk about Chandi or Durga, but Chand. Although the Guru used Chand for Chandi too in his Bani. Here, Guru Sahib is talking about the Tej Pratap of Vaheguru. It is a jot that we have discussed in the very first video. I will prove it from the same chant. Don't worry, relax, take a deep breath. Okay, first is the Guru is saying without Chand's Kirpa, he can't write. But usually it is Saraswati that Hindus worship for knowledge, not Chandi. Chandi is the Devi of battle. Why did the Guru ask her help while writing? Then the Guru talked about Sharda. Here the Guru said it has many virtues or guns. Does a deity have numerous virtues, which is under Maya or the One? And one meaning of Sharda is the giver of power too. Who gives power? Devi or the one who is running the whole universe? It is the same thing that Bhai Santokh Singh Ji did in the very beginning of Suraj Prakash, where he brought war and peace together. Here are the thoughts of Bhai Veer Singh on the same. Second, Chand word is used for destroying within the same Chand. Like I said, one word can have more than one meaning. You want to always use Chand for Chandi? Keep the Chand for Durga here and translate it for me, please. Third, wait, let me ask you first. Who killed Sumbh and Nisumbh? Who gave kingdom back to Indra? Your answer will be Durga, right? This is how it should be, right? Now see what the Guru says within the same chant. Indra ko rajya hai ki divaiya, karta bad Sumbh Nisumbh hai do. Karta? But wait, it is Durga Ma, right? Mata Rani. But the Guru used the word karta for someone who gave gaddi to Indra and killed Sumbh and Nisumbh. Why? Because the Guru is talking about the Shakti or Jot of Vaheguru that is inside of Durga. That is why when the Guru is praising that Vaheguru killed Sumbh and Nisumbh, Sangis run faster than Usain Bolt to claim it is Durga. To deny Guru Gobind Singh's writing or to find the veneration of Hindu gods in Gurbani, some people say, Some may also say, Karta here means doing and is associated with Bad, meaning killing. But if you look at the writing of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, you will find him using the word Kart for doing and Karta for creator or doer. One more. Who is Murari? People will say that someone who killed more demons, so his name is Murari. So who killed more demon? Krishna. But in Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Bani, Murari word comes for Vaheguru because his Jot inside Krishna killed more demon. I have said it earlier too, pull out the Jot of Vaheguru from gods and goddesses, even humans, and let's see what they can do on their own. Let me end this point with one more example. We read in Jap Sahib, Namo Andhakari. When a Muslim or Christian learns this, his first assumption will be Sikhs worship Satan or Lucifer. Andhera kaim rahe. Andhera kaim rahega. Okay, so is it true? Do we worship Lucifer? No, but they will look at the Sikh scriptures and thoughts through their religion's lenses. This is the same thing that our right-wing trolls are doing. Defining Sikhi based on their religion. That is why Ram of Gurbani becomes Ramchandra for them, Har becomes Krishna. That is why they see the veneration of Vishnu in Guru Granth Sahib Ji and Durga in Dasam Guru Granth Sahib Ji because their own religion is based on these thoughts. So they apply the same to others. It is like संजय जी मैं बता रहा हूँ ये साफ साफ लिखा हुआ है ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव जी की सदा सेवा करनी चाहिए। ये पुनीत साहनी नहीं कह रहा, ये गुरबानी है हमारे गुरुओं की। संजय जी गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी ने ये लिखा है, आप पढ़िए इसे, ये इंग्लिश में भी है। ताई सिवा की मेहमाना बिचारी Brahma Vishnu Rudra Ju Deva इनकी सदा की जियई सेवा तैया के भेवाही ना पेचानी महामूरा ई भांति भकानी इनको परम पुरातन जानू परमा पुरख मन माही पहचानू। यहाँ पे तो क्लियर हो गया सब। ये तो लिखा है कि परम पुरातन है और परम पुरख है। वही तो, कहाँ है एसजीपीसी वाले खालिस्तानी टक्सालिस? वेयर इज लोन वॉरियर? व्हाई इज ही साइलेंट ऑन दिस? ये सब छुपा के रखा हुआ था। वो तो मैक्लोड एंड ओब्रायन, संजय जी, दे वर सच गुड स्कॉलर्स। उन्होंने ऐसी बातें निकाली हैं कि संघ सभा एक्सपोज हो चुकी है। खालिस्तान प्रोपेगेंडा इज एक्सपोज नाउ। हम सब सनातनी हैं संजय जी। भाई कान सिंह और भाई वीर सिंह ने नहीं देखा ये सब मकौलिफ की चाल थी संजय जी। वाह पुनीत जी, आपने तो सबके सब नंगे कर दिए। शुक्रिया संजय जी। Yeah, it is like that, looking at Sikhi through their lenses. Okay, so these verses are there in Dasam Granth Sahib Ji, but not in the context that people believe it to be. I'm still translating this chariter and it may take some time before I publish it, but once you know the context, you will be ruffling and lolling together. For the time being, let our Sanghi friends take the screenshot and share it with their one-digit IQ friends about the praises of deity in Gurbani. Okay, so whatever Puneet and his associates are doing, they are doing it to achieve one thing: to prove Sikhs are Hindus. More specifically, Sikh gurus are Hindus. I have written on it more than I can count. But who is Hindu and who isn't Hindu? No right-wing troll has answered this. If you ask them, they will give parroted answers. It is a way of life. It is from the beginning. It has many philosophies. If you believe in idol worshipping, you are a Hindu. If you believe in Nirankar worshipping, you are a Hindu. If you believe in Vedas, you are a Hindu. If you don't believe in anything, you definitely are a Hindu. So, there is not any definition to it. No Hindu scripture they have brought to the table which provides the clear definition of Hindu. A few years back, they even said that Hindu definition is written in one of the Puranas which was found in Hoshiarpur in the second decade of 20th century. Many then say Hindu is a foreign name. Well, then talk about Sanatana Dharma. Where is its definition? What rules make you a Sanatani or don't make you a Sanatani, and based on which scripture? Did the definition change over time and recorded anywhere? Whenever the first definition appeared, if it did anyway, what were people called earlier? Some will use Manusmriti that Sanatana Dharma is defined there. But look at its definition. When the right-wing trolls call the Sikhs Hindus or Sanatani, do you think they use this definition, that if you speak truth, you are a Sanatani? I don't think so. When they don't have any answers, they will claim Hindu is a cultural identity. They would completely forget the reasoning they were bringing to prove Sikhs Hindus. It is the same thing that Muslims are doing in the UK. So ask them who is a Muslim. They will say if you surrender yourself to Allah or God, you are a Muslim. So they will have a very broad definition without any scripture backing that claim. And same things are done by these trolls, bringing all the philosophies under one umbrella and calling it Sanatana Dharma. It is the neo-Hindu definition and is not older than perhaps 2 centuries. If you look back at the earlier scriptures, you will find there were multiple religions which were combined by the later generations to call it Sanatana Dharma. Okay, so we have the work of Ibn Khurdadba of 10th century. He said there are 22 religious sects in Hind, and that is the minimum. Others gave bigger numbers. In the 18th century Janamsakhi, whose translation is done by McLeod too, it talks about different religions. The author said Vaishnav is a Panth, Yogi's Panth, Sannyasi's Panth. It talked about Islam too. Panth, religion, Dharma, Mat. Trolls use these terms to confuse their young minds. In Sikhi, these all words are used interchangeably. The Janamsakhi said Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Panth would be different than these, including Vaishnav, which the Sanghi trolls say Gurus were followers of. Meh. Okay, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji too, the Gurus talked about different groups. but nowhere they called Siddhs or Yogis to be Hindus. Whenever the word Hindu is used, they used it for Brahman Matis or idol worshippers. You can read anywhere in Gurbani. It is same. Same is true for Bhai Gurdas Ji's verse. In the words of Wendy Doniger, there is no distinct Hindu identity until there are other religions. She compared it to an invisible man who needs garments, meaning other things which aren't his part, to define itself. And that is very much true. So, are Jains Hindus? Sanghis will say yes, they are Hindus. Are Buddhists Hindus? Yes. Are Sikhs Hindus? Yes. But who is a Hindu? No answer. This is what is meant by Wendy. Some people have even written that Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma is the making of British in the 19th century. I'm not suggesting anything about its origin in the form it is now. That is not my task. I am not here to hurt the sentiments of Hindus or any community, but to clarify the assumptions about the Sikh religion. Anyway, next time somebody tells you Sikhs are Hindus or Sanatani, ask them to define the term based on their scriptures rather than Hawaii bhai kari jane phaltu de. I will end this video with two screenshots. In the first, the guy said he would curb his Sikh friends with the stupidity poured out by Puneet. Whatever you know of any religion apart from yours, did you even think of using that against your friends' religions? I have not done that, especially if I have read it online rather than in their books. And trust me, I have many Hindu friends. I respect their beliefs, doesn't matter how absurd or conflicting they are with my religion. Everything that Puneet and his trolls have done is to spread the misinformation so that they can be fed into the masses to use them as facts in front of Sikhs. Like a dude rode his horse to look at what the Guru wrote at Nana Devi, literally asking what Puneet showed. I gave the response and wrote what I understood. If you can read it how Puneet has translated, well, educate me as well. From this particular incident, I learned how gullible the Sanghis are. Second is this dude saying the Guru called himself an incarnation of Ram and Krishna fighting with the Muslims in Krishna Avatar. I mean, come on, dude. What you guys smoke before commenting? It should be banned, man. Whatever you guys are smoking before commenting on the videos, tweets, and doing all these sorts of weird right? Government should ban the stuff that you guys are smoking. Let me educate you a little. Muslims actually came to help Krishna when he was fighting with Khadg Singh, a character created by Guru Gobind Singh Ji in Krishna Avatar. Krishna got the armies of all the deities, including Shiva, Indra, Ganesha, Vayu, Kartik, etc., to help him against Khadg Singh. I won't elaborate what happened next and whose body was filled with arrows and who was dragged on the ground from the hair. You aren't ready for what Sikhi has to offer. So just stay in your bubble and troll. That is what you can do. That's all, folks. I hope this video helps you somewhat to clear your doubts. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.